Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 43 of my Brooklyn Nets MyLeague series here on NBA 2K16. So in the last episode, the Hornets kept their playoff hopes alive by winning game number 5. So we're headed to a game 6 here, still up 3-2 in the series, but Charlotte now starting to make a little bit of noise in the series as they have forced a game number 6 here from Charlotte's home court. We're going to have to get a win on the road here, or else have to play a decisive and winner-take-all game number 7. So definitely a big game here coming up from the Hive in Charlotte, and we are ready to go here, taking a look at the starting fives. I believe these are the same from the last episode, but I could be wrong. If you guys notice any changes, let me know. And here we go. Things are underway here from Charlotte. I bumped up the quarters to 11 minutes in this episode, and J.R. Smith is starting things out with a heat check 3 right there in the face of Chris Miles. But I bumped up the quarter length to 11 minutes in hopes of a little bit more offense in my gameplays. I've been noticing that the scores are usually under 100 points, and although I do like my good defense, I still think that that is a little low for today's NBA. So I bumped them up to 11 minutes, and let me know what you guys think of the change. Here we go now, about midway through the first quarter. It's Charlotte with a 4-point lead. Up the court to George Hill. He's going to get the two-handed slam, and Charlotte goes up by 6 now as we are later in the first quarter. Down by 8 are the Nets. It's McCollum with the ball. He's going to find Patty Mills cutting to the corner. Step inside of the three-point line. That is good for a long two. So we get the lead down to 6. Now it's Mills running a pick-and-roll. Boular, extra pass in the corner to McCollum for 3, and a good, or I should say good ball movement right there by Brooklyn to get the open three-pointer. Still down 6, though. Late in the quarter, it's Otto Porter, top of the key. That one is money, so Charlotte goes back up by 9. And we're going to end off the first quarter here down by 7, actually. 33-26 is the score. Early second now. It's J.R. Smith giving this one off to Nick Batum. Batum back to J.R. Smith. Nice little give and go there, although Smith didn't make a huge cut to the basket, but still the defense did follow the ball right there and left Smith open under the basket. Now it's Chris Miles blowing by the defense and getting to the basket there for the one-handed slam. Now down by 2, it's Lopez. He's going to go to work here in the post on Dragan Bender. Back to Miles in the corner. Bang! A big three-pointer from Chris Miles. Puts Brooklyn on top, 40-39 now. It's Talikina trying to answer back, though. He's going to work on Bledsoe. That's not something you see very often. Eric Bledsoe getting crossed up. He is an all-defensive player, but still, Talikina getting the better of him there. Now it's Batum going to the basket. He's going to get the one-handed slam. And Charlotte going on a 6-0 run here to go back up by 5. Now they're up by 3, 49-46. It's Stokes down low. He's got the mismatch, and he's just going to go to work on George Hill right there, muscling him down into the paint and getting the lefty hook to go in. Now Talikina right to the basket. He is going to kick it out to George Hill, and Hill's got the open 3 to put Charlotte back up by 6 now. 57-53 is the score late in the first. Mills holding for one final possession. He's going to give it to McCollum, whose defender cheats, and McCollum goes right to the basket there. We actually had the mismatch with Mirotic on him, and that's why I wanted to get the ball to McCollum. Mirotic made the poor choice of trying to go for the steal there, and it cost his team a pair of points there at the end of the quarter, so we go into the half down by 3, 58-55, taking a look at the stats there. Now early third quarter, Chris Miles with the ball down by 1 is going to find a Bledsoe finds himself open for the midi, and that one is money, putting us up by 1. Now J.R. Smith with the ball, jab steps, then drives left, kicks it in the corner to Batum, foot on the line, but that one is good. Charlotte goes back up now, 66-all is the score. A little bit later in the third quarter, nice pass by Bender there to get it to Barnes, who's going to go to the basket, and he goes right by Brook Lopez there, utilizing the mismatch. Now with Charlotte up by 4, it's Talikina trying to get to the basket. He's going to kick it to Batum, step inside the three-point line. That one's good. Charlotte goes up by 6 now. Late in the third, they're up by 8. It's Barnes with the ball, trying to lead the fast breaker, spinning around Patty Mills. He's just going to pull up and get that one to go. So it's a 10-point lead now for Charlotte as they have opened things up here late in the third. But Mills now from behind the arc gets it to rattle home, getting the lead back down to 7 now. Final few seconds of the third quarter. It is C.J. McCollum with the ball trying to get to the basket. He's going to find Porzingis in the corner, step inside the three-point line, giving us another 2 points that to cut the lead to 3, and that would be the margin at the end of 3, 83-80. So a nice little run there late in the third, getting it back to a one-possession game. But it's Mirotic opening the quarter with a three-pointer right there. Actually not opening the quarter, but does put Charlotte back up by 6. Now they're up by 7. It's J.R. Smith with the ball being covered by C.J. Miles. Smith is just going to pull up behind the screener and get that one to go. Charlotte up by 8 now, midway through the fourth. Charlotte is just 4 minutes away from forcing a game 7, but it's Miles who's going to have something to say about that, giving it to Porzingis, who's going to draw the foul there. That is Mirotic's 5th. So we get it to a 4-point game now a couple possessions later. It's Miles trying to go to work in the post, but he's going to find a wide open Chandler Parsons cutting to the basket. Gets it to a 2-point game. Now it's back to 4, though. 103-99. Miles with the lob, and Bledsoe with the finish. Gets it back to 2. Now still a 2-point game. 1:44 to play. Iggy, who was just put into the game for Parsons for defensive reasons, gets the steal and gets the assist up court to Miles with the slam to tie up the game. And then Iggy again forcing the miss on defense. His impact is felt immediately. Finds Bledsoe from behind the line. It's money. Eric Bledsoe puts the Nets up by 3, and Andre Iguodala having a huge impact on this game. Mirotic misses a 3, rebounded by O'Quinn. He puts it back up and in, so it's a 1-point game. Now we get the ball back, 14 seconds to play, a little pick and roll here. Bledsoe to the basket, two-handed slam putting us back up by 3. Now Charlotte needs a 3, Hill fading, no good, shot that one very early. Don't quite see the reasoning there. Lopez would be fouled. He would make both, and that would do it. The Brooklyn Nets are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. A 110-105 victory here in game number 6 to win the series 4-2. Eric Bledsoe once again coming up clutch with the big 3 there to put us up once and for all there. With that three-pointer that put us up 106-103. Iggy, huge moments late in the game for him. Miles also had the big game-tying bucket. Really great performances all around. Porzingis and Lopez each up over 20 points and only took 14 shots each. And really our starting unit got the job done. It was our bench that kind of cost us at times this game. And Iggy really making an impact there. Being swapped in for defense, he was, like I said, didn't fill out the stat sheet, but definitely made an impact. There's J.R. Smith with 20 points, but it took him 17 shots to get there. We shut down Mirotic, only 14 points on 17 shots in 26 minutes, and that is going to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and we will be back soon with the Eastern Conference Finals.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Brook Lopez. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed.
He gave them an enormous lift tonight and make sure they're moving on to the conference finals. He said, you know what, give me the ball, let me go to work. This is barbecue chicken soup play with a diet soda.
Just a dominant display by Brook Lopez in the post tonight. Lopez is a threat on multiple levels. His offense is always going to be there, but his defense isn't far behind. And I don't think he gets enough credit for his rebounding either. He's solid all around.
So that's the finale of this round 2 series of the NBA playoffs for Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. Now on to what should be an amazing conference finals coming up in just a few days. We will see you again soon.